Hey guys, it's Sophie here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to tie string into your doll's hair so it kind of looks like they have highlights, or braid string into your doll's hair. So let's get started. Okay, so here's what you're going to need for this project. Scissors, friendship thread, the kind of thread you use for making bracelets or embroidery string, will do. Any color, it doesn't matter. Rubber bands, right there. They're so tiny. And of course your doll. Okay, so step one. You have to wet your doll's hair. Now, if you have a spray bottle, you can wet your doll's hair with the spray bottle, or you can rinse your doll's hair in the sink before you do this. Okay, so step two. You have to part your doll's hair. Now, I'm parting her hair in the back so I can have all the string in the back where you're not going to see the little knots, because that doesn't look very presentable. Okay, so just part it all the way down the crown of the back or something like that. You see what I'm doing here, right? Okay. And then you tie the hair to the top, all the hair that's on the top, you tie it with an elastic so that won't be in your way while you're tying in your string. Okay, so step three, putting in your string. Now, for the length of the string, it should be twice the length of the strand of hair that you're actually tying it to. So just measure it to twice that length. Now, if it's longer, it's fine. I'd go for longer opposed to shorter, because you can cut it later if it's too long. Okay, so now to tie it in. Now, all you do is you just separate it from the strand that you want to tie it to. The strand should be pretty small, because that way it's not as noticeable that it's actually tied to something. So first, you tie the knot upwards, like this. Try and get the knot as close to the roots of the hair as you possibly can so you can't see the knot when you're actually done. So tie it once like this, and then flip the hair over, and then make the knot face the bottom. Tie it as tight as you can, and no matter how tight you tie it, I think later on you're probably going to be able to slide it out anyway. So this is not permanent, it will come out. And so that's what you do to get it in. Okay, so, once again, get it as close to the roots as possible. Like this, tie it up. And then make the knot face down. Tie it pretty tight. And then you're done. If you're doing it in the back, you can put as many around the back as you want to. Just make sure they're spaced out pretty evenly. And then when you're done, it's going to have a highlighted effect in the back. I'm going to finish this and show you guys how it looks. Okay, so when you're done, if there are some that are too long for the rest of the hair, just cut them, and be sure to be very careful not to actually cut your doll's hair, just the string. Snip. Alright, so when you're done making sure they're all even, just take the hair from the top of the head and untie it from the elastic. It's stuck to my finger, I don't care. And then just brush it all down like you would if you were brushing it. Try not to brush out the knots. Just sort of even it all out. And then just pull all the strings that you had in the back to the front, and then it'll look like this. You see it? So yeah, that's how you make this style. I wouldn't really know what to call this style except for stringy thingies in the back of your head. Sure, yeah. Alright, so that's how you do this. Now I'm going to show you guys how to braid it into your doll's hair. Okay, now to braid string into your doll's hair should be a little bit damp. Like I said, you can either wet it in the sink or spray it. Now all you do is you separate two separate strands of hair, as if you were going to do a braid, but don't separate a third strand. Then you take your string, and the length of the string should probably be a little bit longer than 2 times its length. So like this long. It doesn't matter how long it is, like I said, as long as it's a little bit longer. That way you can cut it later. Now, all you do is you just tie it to one of those strands. One of the 2 strands. You tie the string. It doesn't matter if there's a knot there. It doesn't matter how tight it is, as long as you can keep it still while you're braiding. And then you just use the 2 strands of string as the 3rd strand that you would be braiding with. And just braid like you'd usually braid. Just pretend that this is another strand of hair. And just braid it all the way down like you usually would. Like this. I'm going to turn the camera off while I'm doing this because this is going to take a little bit. Okay, now when you get to the ends, you can either tie it off with an elastic, or if you have enough string, you can use the string and tie your doll's hair. Like, use the string at the bottom as an elastic and just tie a knot around it. Like this. Can you see that at all? Well, just tie it. And then if you want, you can cut the string so that it's the same length as the hair at the bottom. It doesn't matter really, and then it'll turn out like this. I'm going to show you guys how to do this one more time. Okay, so take your string and your two separate chunks of hair, like this. Tie your string around one of the strands. And then braid. Just use this as the third strand that you braid with. Like this. And we're doing this. Yep. Okay, going to stop the camera. And then when you get to the end, just either tie it with the string or tie it off with an elastic. And you're done. Okay guys, so that's how I tie string into doll's hair. I hope you guys understood it, and I hope I explained it okay. And for this style, you can really let your imagination go wild and do whatever you want. Like, you can use these in hairstyles, the braids, or you can tie the string into different parts of your doll's hair besides the back, like the front or the side, and just try and hide the knot. You can tie it into ponytails, you can use multiple colors of string, anything you want. So yeah, and oh, if you guys have a better name for this style, like the string in the back of the head thing, because stringy thingies in the back of your head isn't really going to work, or you know the real name for this style, or you just want to come up with one, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think this style should be named. So yeah guys, oh, and if you want to know where to get the string, I use the friendship thread for these. You can get it at Walmart, any craft store. If you don't know where to get it, that's where, basically anywhere that sells string, I think, yeah. So, yeah guys, that's it. I hope you guys liked this video. See you guys later. Bye!